there is always, always, always room to improve, right? So with me, I'm trying to improve my YouTube videos so that I can get a bigger audience, right? I mean, it's just common sense. So something that I did is that I I changed my thumbnails a little bit. I mean, they're not like really good, but I think they're like a step above what they were. Because what they were was just the normal, like I'd take a screenshot of some time through the video, so it could just be like this right here. But now I'm like purposely taking a picture of myself for the video, and then I'm editing it. I put a little filter on it just to make it a little more attractive, and then I'll put like some text here, you know? And then, I mean, that doesn't mean that they're perfect, but it definitely is a small improvement, which is what I'm talking about in this video, small improvements. There's a lot of improvement to be had with my thumbnails and my videos, because I think I plan to start editing my videos soon and just like cutting them up a little bit so that there's less time between my talking to hold people's attention, you know? So last night, I just made this quick little list of the things that I need to do better in my YouTube videos. And, well, not the things that I do better. It's the things that I do bad, right? The things that make my content that make them lower quality, right? So I wrote a lot of those down. I'll just list a few real quick. It's like sniffing all the time, and I haven't been looking into the camera. I'd be doing this instead of doing this, right? So I'm just trying to improve my content slightly. I do sniff a lot. I don't know how to really stop that. It's just, it happens because I breathe through my nose, right? I guess I just gotta take it slow, which is, I'm gonna start doing that this video. And I never really noticed that I sniffed so much, right? I would just do it. So if I wouldn't have cared enough to try and make the little improvements, then I'd be the same. I'd still be, yeah, and this and that, you know? It's not, you have to want to improve, you know? You can't just sit back and have it happen to you. So life and like really improving isn't just about making huge improvements in one area, right? It's about making small improvements on a massive scale, right? Just making your room a little bit cleaner, making your diet 1% better. It's like the book Atomic Habits. You just want to try and get 1% better every day, right? It's not that hard. It's just tedious, right? So you have to have the self-discipline to still do it, even if you don't want to, right? Or even if you think it's stupid, you know? So an example of slight improvement is just slightly tweaking my form on bench press, right? Or squat or deadlift to try and be able to push more and be more explosive. You get the point, right? Or an example that has happened is me just making an improvement to my thumbnails. So you can go to my channel and you look at all the recent ones that are in this house. I have made a better thumbnail for. That is like higher quality, has some text, it has the filter, but all the other ones is just a random screenshot of me through the video. So it's kind of like a video game, right? You can't instantly go to the final boss and kill it, right? You have to do a lot of leveling up before you can do that. And that final boss is like success, right? When you kill that boss, you're successful. You have to kill all these bosses leading up to it, right? And there's a lot of those bosses, and you have to find those bosses because they're hidden, right? And then you unlock the final one. You fight it, and you're not even close to ready. So you have to go all these other places and just slightly level yourself up in a million different ways. And then you're gonna be so much better, right? it's kind of similar to like sprinting or compound lifts like squat, bench press, or just deadlift, right? Because the little things in the form or sprinting, right? You have to be like pinpoint accuracy to really put the nail in the coffin and like become great and have like the next level. So I've got a quick step for you to do, actionable step. So I want you to get like a piece of paper, a computer, phone, whatever you want to use to write down. So I want you to do this once every day. In your job or school, or if you have a business. Sorry, it's just, yeah. If you have a job, school, or business, just try to find one thing every day. One very slight thing that you can just make an improvement on, right? Just find one. And then you gotta try and fix that thing, right? Each change you make doesn't make a huge difference. It's just though many changes that makes the big difference, right? It's the combination that makes the real difference, okay? So, like with math, 1 times 2 isn't a lot, but 1 times 2 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 makes a big difference, okay? So you just have to keep going at it. You can't just expect it massive change with one change, right? So it doesn't take a lot of effort, really. It just takes that going below your ego and fixing the small things, right? The small cracks on the massive boat. I think you understand that. So now it's time for the me segment of my video. I have these all the time. If you've watched them, you know it's about to happen. So yesterday was pretty decent. I made the thumbnail upgrade. So I've already talked about this video, no need to summarize. And I made that list that I was talking about of what makes my content worse. So I'm gonna just stare at that list when I'm bored at school or I don't have anything to do. I'm just gonna stare at it, right? Really get it in my brain. Okay, so that I can really upgrade my content because I really want to, right? I know I don't have the best content. I have some pretty good advice, but it's not that entertaining, right? So a lot of people aren't watching it. So I want to make some similar lists for other areas in my life. So I'm thinking one that I could do is diet or just like routine, things that are messing up my routine, and I'll just change them. So also a pretty good tip for you right quick is that if you want to improve at something, just put all the things you're doing wrong at the something, and then on the other side, do all the things like the opposite of the wrong, right? So say, I don't know, with weightlifting, the thing I do wrong is I only work out once a week. So try and work out 3 times a week. Don't go straight to 5 or 6 or 7, right? Because you're not going to be able to keep that going. And you're going to feel like you're doing worse even if you're going like 4 times a week, right? I mean, 4 times a week is great. From 1, like that's massive progress. But you're going to feel like you're not achieving or making any progress because you're not reaching your goal, right? So you have to look at the micro scale, okay? So that's pretty much all. And I want to tell you all about the Calendly link that I have. It's just a free 15-minute video call with me. So, I mean, I could give you advice. We could hang out. You could give me advice. I don't know. But yeah, it's free. So if you want to, you're free to. Free to. Okay. So always remember, the hardest part is to start. Peace.